live. Apparently we're live.
Hey, hi.
Hi, everybody. Hey.
We're here.
My name is Doug Yellenbrock, Director of Events. This is Barb Filer. She is the Events Manager. We're going to be talking about the changes in Latitudes Convention coming up this March. Just kind of getting things going. I know it's freezing in many places, including Cincinnati. We just had a nice little snowstorm roll through here over the weekend and went down to about -5. So yeah, it was awesome.
Let me unpack my beach bag and we'll get
Please
started.
show us what you got.
Yeah, I've got a little phone.
I see that.
Beach. For beach reading.
Very nice.
Okay, I'm ready. Got my towel. We're set.
All right.
Let's get started.
All right.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah.
We have we're in training
Yes.
for our beach bodies, which we're going to be showing off at a later date. Deanna said that we look bigger because of the cameras.
That's right.
It's not us. So this isn't really a big belly. This is just camera belly. So, by the time we come back in January, all that'll be gone, and we'll be looking pretty good. I think so. It's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah. All right. Well,
We may have to improvise. So welcome. Like I said before, we're going to be talking about the changes in Latitudes Convention. We're getting lots of fun little comments now about our beach bodies.
We're watching.
So, as I mentioned, changes in Latitudes, RV Beach Party coming up March 18th through the 21st in Perry, Georgia, one of our favorite places in the whole wide world to go. I imagine, many people have, maybe some of the people who have been on here have been there before. We're hoping a lot of first-timers join us today so we can talk more about what they're going to experience when they get down to Perry and the Georgia National Fairgrounds at Agri Center. Great facility, have terrific buildings, great parking, lots of other fun stuff. Let's see here. To talk about this Q&A is going to be an overview, kind of explaining a lot of the things, not in great detail. We'll go into more detail as we have our Q&As in January and February. So what we want to kind of talk about is, what are we going to be doing? So every day, starting Wednesday, we're going to have seminars throughout the day. We'll have the exhibit hall will open Wednesday afternoon at 1. After that, we're going to have the seminar halls open 9 to 5 on Thursday and Friday, 9 to 3 on Saturday. We have activities throughout the event. We'll have coffee and donuts Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll have an ice cream social. We'll have a ladies' luncheon. We'll have entertainment night plus daytime things as well. A lot of different things going on throughout the event that you're finding out about more as we go through and do these. When you start looking at your program that we'll be sending out, we send out a digital issue of the program ahead of time. We'll be getting a confirmation email from us with a bunch of information and things like that. So we welcome everyone who's first time. We've seen lots of folks coming in and saying they're first timers. That's awesome. Glad you could join us, and I think it's going to be very helpful. As we do this, that you're understanding a little bit more about how this is all going to work before you even get there. One of the things that Barb is heavily working on right now are the seminars and crafts. So if you want to talk about that a little bit, Barbie.
Yeah, they're coming in. I thought I was all set, ready to go, but guess what? They're coming in by the droves right now, trying to get in. Unfortunately, we're a little tight on space, so we might be expanding to an area of the unknown to get more seminars in. We also have the, I'm sorry,
The what? The Discovery Zone?
Not the Discovery Zone.
Oh, yeah, the FRVA Learning Zone.
So I didn't want to call it this.
Yeah.
That's a lot of our members and seminars in a special area of the grounds for you. And we have the Discovery Zone doing special seminars, plus all mine. So you'll be learning at this one. There's no question.
We will have a lot more information about the seminars, the locations, things like that as we get closer to the event. Barbara's talking about the learning zone. That's going to be a building. Once you get a map, you'll kind of discover where that's at. And the Discovery Zone is where the RV There Yet folks, they'll be with a lot of their different vendors and partners and folks um, talking about the things that they do. For those who aren't familiar, RV There Yet is a television show. Patrice and Kevin will be there to talk to folks. They'll be, did the show last year with us about the convention in 2025. They really kind of portrayed what we do very well at Perry. And if you ever get a chance for those who are new first timers, take a look at that. It'll give you a really good idea of some of the spaces and the things that we do there in Perry. We have, as I mentioned, our expo hall and RV displays. Miller Murphy Howard's kind of the big time building for our exhibitors, along with the Georgia Brown building. So that's because that's where the majority of our indoor exhibitors will be located. We also have some outdoor exhibitors close to those buildings, and then across the street between the two lakes, you can go across this kind of like little land bridge to see our RV displays. We're hoping at this point we've got a pretty good number of dealers, manufacturers represented. We're hoping to get some more over the next coming weeks as we get closer and closer to the event. We have the Tampa RV show coming up in early January. Jordan Yearly, who is our commercial assistant, he's going to be down there talking to folks, hopefully getting some more exhibitors to join us in Perry. Right now we're in pretty good shape. Bill Murphy Howard the film, as well as the Georgia Grove building with the RV there.
We do have a question. One of our first timers that said they wanted to know, but looks like things are sold out. But we know better.
So we have full hookups are sold out, and for those who require full hookups, we don't have anything right now on a wait list. But most folks realize that they can get along without full hookups. They can fill the water tanks up, empty their gray and black before they show up. We have electricity 30 and 50 available that you can purchase. We have in the areas around in the parking areas to the south, where we'll have electric run. We have a provider who brings generators, and they set up electric outlets for everyone. So there's plenty of space at Perry. If you want to come, because the full hookups are sold out, that doesn't mean that you can't still come. Lots of electric available. It's just the full hookup stuff is gone right now. You certainly can get on a wait list and pull some folks up. We have a pretty good wait list right now, especially 50 fulls. But we have some, we have 50 amp and 30 amp electric available for anyone who wants to sign up and go that route.
And we'll have honey wagging and water service to you.
Yeah, if that's something that you need.
You're not stranded.
You can sign up for that, or you can, we don't recommend it, but there is, a dump station there. There is fresh water there that you can fill up on occasion too as well. What are we looking at?
And I sound issues. They're saying we're garbled, audio not smooth, garbled sound. Help for us. We need a lot of help.
Okay, we do need help.
All right, let's see. Your first time.
Yeah, Sue was talking about probably the. Sue asked, I saw there's an event in Perry with potential transportation from the rally where that. Basically, we do have a welcome to Perry party, I guess is the best way to say it. There may be another name attached to that, but I can't remember what that might be. But what we're going to do is on that Thursday evening, while we'll be having an event downtown. They're going to open up for the stores, the restaurants, food trucks. We're going to be here this time. I've been assured. We'll have a band out there playing at their City Hall lawn. It was a great time last year. You can drive your car. There's parking there, but you can also get on the bus. There's not a sign up. You just come over to where the bus is going to pick you up, jump on, and go. Last year, the bus is running back and forth. It's about a 5-10 minute ride over there. We kind of go in a back way. We don't go directly there because that gets you in the middle of a bunch of other traffic. So we go a back way, kind of a loop. We'll drop you off, and then you get picked up at the same place. So there won't be any need for signups. You just kind of go to that evening. You'll go to where the bus pickup is, and they'll load you on and take you over.
I'm still talking about that. I think we're okay. All right. You got a thank you.
We sounding good now?
Sounds like it. Will there be a transcript of this? It's too hard to hear.
Okay, I don't know what the problem is. Are we still having trouble? Hey, Megan, how are you sounding?
Yay, sound fixed.
Somebody said the sound is fixed. Hopefully we're good. I'm not sure what happened there, but
if you need to hear something again, just shoot us a note. Read it.
Yeah. Denise says it's enjoying the upper 60s and sunny in southern Georgia. We hope that is that or warmer when we're there in March. Perry, Georgia, last year was pretty darn good. We started off a little wet, I think, when we first got there, maybe the first day or two, but then it really got nice after that. So it was like mid 70s and sunny a lot. So, we're hoping for the same this time in central Georgia.
But beach life's all in the state of
mind.
It's all in your mind. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Snow it. We could still think
it will still be.
It will still be beach in it.
Yeah. It will still be beautiful, sunny, and 75.
Up here.
Right. Exactly right. If there are some things, maybe the other computers in the room off their sound in case the videos. Well, there's no other computers in here that are getting sound. So, unless maybe she's talking about another, I don't know. So anyway, let's go on. If there's things that we talked about that you would like repeated, please put it in the comments, and we will repeat it.
To the first timers, there seems to be a lot of kind of what information. Is there anything we should review real quick with them? Just kind of their arrival, and I know there's a first timer section. For first timers, just so you know, we invite all first timers to show up on Monday, which will be the 16th, I believe is the right date. Correct.
And that's 2 days before the actual start of the event. So what we ask our first timers, or at least give them the opportunity to do, is show up early, get seated on that Monday, get parked and set. We'll have a little get together that evening. The next day is on the 17th. We have a lot of different activities kind of based around our first timers and the things that they would like to get your Rick anytime on Monday. That's how we're 8 to 4 is kind of when they do the parking. If you get there earlier than 8, you just sit there and wait until the parents are there. If you come in after 4, they usually will park a little for 5, it may be a little after, but it's best if you're there before that. So when you show up on that Tuesday, we'll have walkabouts, which are basically little tours, guided tours around the ground to show you the different buildings and what's happening in those buildings and the locations of things that you're going to need to know the next day. Later that afternoon, we have our first timers orientation, which is put on by folks who have been to these conventions a lot, and they know what's going on, and they're going to give you kind of a rundown of the different things that you should probably try to do during the event, the things that you need to know for it to be a successful experience for you. Following that, we have the chapter fair, and the number of chapters there from all over the country that you can talk to, depending on what area you're from or what you're interested in. You can check out these chapters, talk to members, kind of discover a little bit about that, and maybe join one. That's kind of the idea, is for them to be able to talk to folks who might be interested or might be in their area, and encourage them to join that. That's a great experience. Have a lot of chapters that do very well as far as recruiting new members through the chapter fair. That evening, we'll have a bunch of activities. Nothing big entertainment-wise, but we'll have some stuff going on that night. And then the next day, things will happen that will start to be more of that convention thing. The official start is on Wednesday morning. We get the seminars going that morning. We start exhibits that afternoon. We have our evening entertainment. That night will be it's Hotel California from does an amazing job with Eagles songs. You'll know them all. If you're an Eagles fan, even if you're just a music fan, I'm sure you've heard most people before, and they sound great. So that'll be our first night. That's on the Wednesday night. Thursday night, we'll be going downtown. A group called Party Nights will be there, and they will be playing a lot of 70s and 80s music. Like as I mentioned earlier, the restaurants and a lot of the other facilities will be open downtown. We'll have some food trucks there. So last year we ran into a little trouble with people not being able to get any food because there weren't a whole lot of things other than the restaurants, and they filled up immediately. So we've been talking with the CBB down there, and they're going to have a lot more food available for us. Um, on Friday, we'll be having a lot of activities on the grounds. We have our A1A group playing that evening on the main stage outside. The weather is great. It's going to be right.
Absolutely.
They're a Jimmy Buffett band. They play a lot of his songs. They're a great tribute band that'll bring that island feel to the area at the town center. And then on Saturday, we'll have casual and all the other activities throughout the day. So a lot of things will be going on that that we'll be talking about more in detail as we get closer to the event.
I'm hearing a little bit of garble that we're garbled. It's just trying to fix us. We arrive on the 14th as a first timer. Is it dry camping? If not, we'll be parked at a permanent site rally.
Right. If you're given, we'll be telling folks when they need to arrive. And if we tell you to arrive on a certain day, you'll go to your permanent spot. If you want to come earlier and pay for early parking, you can do that. It's $40 a night. You'll be parked in your permanent spot. If you want to come in early and not pay, then you'll be parked in a dry camping area, in the holding area, and then be parked when your arrival date is. Whenever we tell you to come in, that's when you go to your permanent spot. So if you're going to come in the 14th as the first time, you're going to be taken directly to your permanent spot, and that's where you stay for the duration of the event.
Not on the 14th.
Or 15th. Yeah.
16th.
Yeah. If you're coming in on the 14th, you will be dry camping, or you can pay the $40 per night to get parked in your permanent site. I did not read that correctly.
Carol wanted to know about getting a military ribbon, a welcome packet. Carol, we do not carry those. Those are distributed by the military veterans chapter. So you'll want to find your people at the chapter or one of their reps around the grounds. We do not distribute those. They distribute those. Is there additional fee for extra nights if we come in on Monday?
If you come on Monday, the 15th,
The 16th.
16th, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
There should not be any addition. So you should not have to pay. If you're asked to come in on that Monday, you should not have to pay anything extra. Sue's asking, will it be parking for groups? If your group signs up for group parking, then there will be, but you have to be there in the entire group together when you get parked. So if you're all coming in on Monday or whenever you're coming in, to get parked together, you have to arrive together, or you have to wait in the whole area until your entire group is there to get parked together. And you all have to have the same type of parking, whether it's electric, dry, or whatever. You have to have the same time. You can't park different groups together by parking things. So if you're 51, you have friends with 30, you're probably not going to be parked together. You have to kind of come in with that group. Exactly.
So we do not have a Travado group per se that has arranged for any kind of group parking, but we do try to put you in an area close to that type of thing. So you may run into them by default.
Okay, but if you know a group,
yeah,
want to come in with the group,
we'll
give us a call. Let us know when we can put the group together for you.
Can we with our
yeah, we will disconnect, but you will keep your vehicle at your site unless it's a really tight area. If that's the case, you have nearby parking. Most folks are able to keep their tow vehicle with them, no matter where.
If we missed you, hit it again, but we're gonna move on to our list of most things. Okay. Where are we here or
Let me see. Other than the invoice,
Oh.
if anything that shows I registered correctly the first time.
Rick, you won't get anything for a while still. Once you register and get your invoice, that's all you're going to hear from us for a little bit. We'll be sending information out in February that has all the details about where you're going to park, how you're going to park, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where you're at right now. You know, in February, we'll be sending the confirmation email out that says, here's where you are, here's your confirmation number, here's when you need to come in, here's what you purchased, that kind of thing. And if there are problems at that time, then you let us know. We should have said some of that stuff already, as far as what you signed up for, exactly how it'll go out to you and what you receive. But that's confirmation email is kind of where you'll find out a lot of the details about coming in, arriving, and things like that.
Mr. Atkins, I'll check it when I get back to and just make sure that you're first timer. No worries.
And I asked, are we able to get a replacement FRVA license like Perry? Those have to be special made. So the answer to that is no. I would contact our department to talk about getting your RVA plate. Of those, I'm not sure how quickly they need to be built. We have to order that in bulk, so you have to kind of get in and then wait until we people want to create it. Is what I understand. I would call the membership and they.
Brianna Edwards would like to know, can we repeat when packets will be mailed?
We do not mail packets any longer. Everything is done through email. It's very important that we have a really good email address for you, and not just a good email address, an email address that someone looks at. That's where you receive some PDFs and some other information about your parking, about your confirmation, something that we want you to print off and put in your windshield, so that when you arrive, this stuff will be identified by our parking team. They will pull your packet and then give your information to you.
I asked a couple of you, Doug, email buddies. Okay, we have a camper van and are thinking about parking in non-electric camping area. We have access to dump site and water available.
You will have, you'll have to drive there. We also do have, as I mentioned earlier, we have septic service you can purchase for water service if you would like to use that. If you're in a small camper van, it can get out of your area pretty easily. You can certainly go to the dump site or dump station. It's very easy to find. It's very easy to access. So.
Mark on the map for you.
For the larger RVs, for the Type A's, for the big ones, it's a little bit more difficult to get in and out when everybody's parked there. Go do this, and then you repark. If you do choose to do that, please contact us at the end so we can have a parking person with you to be parked when you return. That kind of becomes a problem sometimes. It might not be too bad to get out, but getting back into that slot might be a little bit more difficult, especially if there's a lot of things out around, tow vehicles and furniture and things around. It's a little harder to get back into that. So.
Okay, we calm for a minute. Let's give it a shot. You want to talk about Driven to Care?
Yeah, we have a charity thing that we put together at each event called Driven to Care, and it one is Magic Mile on Friday morning. It's a mile course around the grounds. We ask folks to pay $10 to do it, and all that money goes to our charity of choice, which is Hemo. Again, we worked with them last time, and there was such a great group to work with. Kind of collaborate with them, I guess, is the best way to say things, and do some more stuff with them. They help folks developmental issues. They help treat them so they can do jobs, members of the community. So it's really a neat group to work with.
trouble.
Understand. I don't think it's the mic. I think it's the internet because it's just not working.
Our internet's not working.
Our producer is giving us information.
Laptop.
Are you using that using Wi-Fi now? Was the Wi-Fi working all right or not working all right? Okay. Sorry about this, folks. If it's not working, this out. Don't worry about being critical. That we don't know until we plug in, and folks like you are giving us feedback. So,
Yeah, not had this
we haven't had this trouble before. I'm not sure.
old mic.
I don't know if the mic.
So the mic isn't the problem.
The mic's not the problem.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we need to reschedule this and try doing this again if folks aren't getting what they're looking for out of this.
Yes.
Apparently some folks are hearing it better than others because we're still getting answers to questions and people are thanking us for it. So I'm not sure where the disconnect is.
Yes, there will be exercise classes
Yes.
every day at 2:30. Not every day.
So let's figure this out. Let's see if maybe we can reschedule this for next week. If I hate to waste people's time and they can't hear it. So let's see if we can figure this out. What the problem is. I don't know how we're going to figure it out. We'll see what we might be having, issues with and where this is coming from. So
Yeah. We will answer your question. Okay. Oh, shoot.
well, I mean, I just don't want to go any farther with this if it's not working. Especially for those who are looking at it for the first time. We've never had this bad. We've had some issues before, but it's not been this bad where folks actually can't hear it. So
Now, are you hearing us?
I mean, I'll be happy to keep going, but if folks aren't hearing us, then we've got some problems and we need to kind of get it figured out. Continue down. We'll continue.
Let me talk about Trip to Care, the Halo group. They are all over wanting to get involved and intermingle with you. We're going to do a community service project in your garden. Help with that. They're also going to do a couple of crafts with you. So kind of look at events. They want to get more involved than they were last time. So we'll be seeing a lot of them. We kind of adopt them and like to leave a little gift back to the communities where we have the shows, and they are just over the moon happy with us and like working with you guys. So we'll be there. We'll also have a large silent auction in the Info Center where you'll see where we'll ask for donations and we take bids and we just whatever we raise directly to them. So it's a fun project. I'm glad to be involved in it with them. The ladies' luncheon is sold out, but we have a wait list. So call in if you're still interested. After there, out. Well, great. Go into that, I guess.
Yeah. Let's just go down to the volunteers part.
I'll wait real quick. Let's talk about. Yes, we'll be emailing you a placard in January, and a lot of it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
A little placard that has a number on it, and it'll just be printed off. If you don't have a printer, write it out in a big black marker, put it in your windshield, and when you arrive, your packet, your badges, your whatever tickets, whatever will be delivered to you will call style. So no mailing, but you'll get everything via email by the end of January or so.
End of January, beginning of February, so we're looking at sending those out. So you should be seeing that, and once you get that, then you'll have a lot more information about the event. We'll give you information on what to do with these things when you show up. What will happen is you'll put that in your windshield when you show up. The parking team will identify your number that's on there, Sue was asking how to join the wait list for the ladies' luncheon. That would be to call us
Convention.
or send us an email at convention@frva.com, and we'll be happy to get you on that wait list. Temi asked, do you eat silent items? And the answer is absolutely yes. We'll have some more information about that as we get closer. How to sign up for that? How to either as a group, an individual, company provide some silent auction items. Typically, we started off maybe with like a dozen to 20, and lately we've been having like 30, 40, sometimes 50 items.
To add tables.
Yeah, we've had to do that. So it is a great. I mean, one of the great things about Family Art Association members is they love just helping people and doing things like this to make sure that they're involved and that we're taking care of the charities that we agree to work with. So, and we certainly appreciate that. We love doing that and having folks as part of that.
Mr. Dexter, you can add your third person son by calling us up, and we'll just add him to your registration so that he'll get a badge and everything, just like you. So just call us up and we'll add him to your registration as a third guest.
Yeah, 800-543-3622. We'll be happy to take care of that for you.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about the volunteers. And we don't encourage first timers to do a lot of volunteer work, but I know some just want to do it no matter what. So if you are interested in volunteering, we do have some areas that are already taken care of. We've got all the volunteers we need, so we don't want to fill those, but we do have some areas that Barb can help you with if you want to send us some information where we can provide you some options on the volunteer side. Send it to convention@frva.com, and we'll work with you on that. We do need some folks to head up our fun and games group. We don't have anybody to do that right now, so we need both volunteers and someone to kind of oversee it. And we can help you. There's just a couple activities that we look for help there. Cornhole and card bingo is probably the big things. And then we also do need some folks to help with our signs and setup group. We don't have a whole lot of that, and we do need some of those. They'll be coming in early to help get the room set up, to get our signage out, things like that. It's not hard work for the most part. You do have to, be able to do some physical activity though. So for those who don't have that ability, it's probably not the best place for you to be. But we do have some opportunities there as well.
That requires a Friday the 13th arrival for the signs. And we also need help, since I have so many now, our seminar volunteers. And basically it's a 2-for-1. You can go to the seminar and just moderate it for me, get attendance and like an overview. So a lot of easy stuff to do, especially first timers. You could probably do that more than anything. But
one of the good things about this being a seminar volunteer is that you can actually volunteer to go to a seminar that you are going to go to anyway. So you can sign up to work the seminar that you were going to participate in. I got things popping up here.
yeah, they are. Okay.
All right.
You're clear now, by the way.
What's clear?
Clear. Your sound.
Our
It sounds
sound is
good.
clear?
Yep. Perfect.
Wonder what it was.
I deleted Facebook. I was watching.
Yeah.
Randy asked, can we bring our golf cart? That is a very good question, and I'm going to have a really good answer for you with a
twist.
Yeah. You absolutely can bring your golf cart. You can use it during the event to get around. That's not a problem. The one thing we have to do, because this is a grounds requirement, is give you a I don't want to call it a license, but there has to be a card that you attach to your golf cart that has a number on it. You don't have to pay anything for it. You have to do anything. But I have to know, or we have to know, that this is you driving around this golf cart. I think they've had some issues on the grounds there where they've had some accidents and they couldn't find the person who caused the problem. They just ran away. So now they require every golf cart to have some identification so we can find the person who may have caused damage. Now, this wasn't because of us.
No.
It's because of some of the other events that they have there, but they put it in as a rule for all use of golf carts there. So we have to abide by that. So, what you'll do is when you show up, you'll just have to come over to the info center, put your name on a piece of paper on a list. You sign in. We'll give you the piece of paper, and off you go. You put that on your golf cart. We had no problem with it last time we were there, so I don't expect any problems this time as well. So
you'll see a little card about it in January when you get your information.
Okay, we got two Sues going at the same time now, so we're gonna go with Sue P first. And she asked, during the rally, do you pick the seminar you want to attend, or do you have to sign up? Sue, almost all of our seminars are open. You just walk in and sit down and enjoy the seminar. Our craft seminars, they do require sign up, and they do require some payment for some of these, because they have to get the supplies together for this. So they need to know how many people are going to do it, and they need to be able to charge some money for the actual supplies and things. So that'll be done before the event on Wednesday morning. We do the signups, but the rest of the seminars, you just walk in. You'll have the schedule. You can go visit whatever seminars you want at that time.
There are some seminars will have limited seating. It's hard for us to know who wants to go to these seminars, so it's kind of a crapshoot to who gets what room available. But other than that, it's free. You come and go, and that's it. So other than the crafts, volunteering and ladies lunch wait list.
Well, anytime you need to contact us, you can call the 800 number, 800-543-3622, or convention@frva.com, and we'll take care of whatever you need as far as getting on wait lists, ladies lunch, or volunteering, or any of that. Just go ahead and go one of those routes. It's probably easier, convention@frva.com. That's available 24/7. The 800 number, we're here from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. We will be out of the office starting next Tuesday through the end of the year. So if you have some things, people will be monitoring the emails, so you can certainly send that, and we will be able to get back in touch with you throughout the holidays. There just won't be anybody in the office during that time to call that 800 number.
Transportation on site.
Yeah, we will have transportation on site. It involves a couple of different things. We'll have 6-passenger golf carts where we have volunteers driving around, picking people up and taking them around. We also will have bus transportation going out to the various parking lots that we'll have folks in. So one of those two ways, we encourage folks to bring their bikes. There's a lot of electric bikes out there. There's scooters, as Randy mentioned earlier. He has a golf cart. There are golf carts that will be available for rent. A lot of that kind of stuff available. So, it just depends on what you would like to do, or how you would like to get around, or how much money you would want to spend, or whatever. So, yes.
And we can rent golf carts too.
Yes.
From our company. And it's 5 miles an hour. Let me stress, all your bikes included, 5 miles an hour throughout the grounds. And all the transportation on buses they all sit, when you're coming into the grounds, they'll all be at the big clock tower. So it'll be very easy to find where to get on buses. And
yep.
You always offload and load at the clock tower at the fairgrounds. And then they'll go out to the various lots.
Right.
E-bikes good. Say slower number, please.
800. You should be able to see it on the screen as well.
There it is.
So, we do have it out there, 800-543-3622.
We're getting a lot of times out. Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the things that we were looking to do, and we were asked to do by one of the committees, was to put together a blood drive for the event. We went out, I guess, about, which one was it? Last week, a couple weeks ago?
It's been a while.
And we put some information out on our e-blast about the blood drive, and we got no response. And we need to have at least some folks telling us that they would be interested in this before we can get the American Red Cross to do this. They have to put some effort into getting volunteers and bring, what they need there. And if we can't guarantee them that there's going to be some folks donating, we don't want to do it. We don't want to certainly put them at, you know, in a situation where they're going to bring some people down and we're not going to have anybody to help out. So, you know, we do need some folks, if you're interested in doing the blood drive, to let us know. Again, you can send something to convention@frva.com. And that would probably be the best way to do it. And just let us know that you'd be interested in donating blood during the event. I think we had it set up for
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning.
Or midday. I mean, we need about 25, maybe 30 kind of commitment so that he can reschedule everything to be open and bring enough phlebotomists for our show. If I can get that information, we could go, but otherwise we might have to move on to another, because he's already scheduled other places, but he will turn on a dime to accommodate us if we have the interest. So let us know if that's something you do. You know, normally a lot of people give blood and they need it. So
Carol mentioned that she did not get an e-blast about the blood drive. Have you been getting our general e-blasts out at the beginning of the month?
yeah.
It was included in one of our larger e-blasts that we sent out. So, you know, if you didn't get that, then we do need to check out why you're not receiving it, whether we have the correct email address for you, or whether maybe in the past you have opted out of receiving e-blasts or e-blasts from us. So we can check into that, Carol, and see what's going on if you're not receiving any of our events e-blasts. You know, one of the things that we ask folks to do is give us a good email address, and sometimes we do send out these e-blasts and they go to your junk folder or different things like that. So you may need to check that as well. So, you know, we'll just have to check and see if you have an email problem, let us know, and we can check into that and see why you're not getting that, whether we have a bad email address or maybe it's gone to your spam or your junk folders. I know that I get a lot of emails from folks that go to the junk for whatever reason. It doesn't seem that there should be a good reason, but you know how email works. So
I believe that e-blast went out December 4th. Kind of look around that date in your junk mail and other mail, and it would have come from convention at FRVA would be the sender.
Yep.
So
check
and
around.
You too, Mr.
And these are kind of things that we need to find out, because at some point we're going to be sending you an email with your confirmation materials. And if we can discover these issues now, it's going to make it a lot easier when we do send the information out later. So we'll definitely check into both. Michael and Carol we'll look into both of your email addresses to make sure.
Can they submit two?
I would say you can submit one for yourself and one for your spouse or partner or whatever. I'm not sure if there is I'm not sure when we send these out, it usually just goes to the primary. So we do need a primary email address for the confirmations. For the e-blast, we can send to as many as possible. But for the confirmation email that we're going to send out, we need a primary one. Whoever is, the primary person on that registration, that's who we have to have as far as the email address.
Is there a general map of the campgrounds and the event layout? Curious to see how far away the camping area is from the event. Is it walkable? Trying to decide about bringing bikes.
Sue, we would have to know a lot more about your actual camping spot, because there's camping all around the grounds. Some is very close, some is a little bit farther away. We will have some maps and things out available at some point closer to the event, when we have a better idea of what parking lots we're going to be using. We don't necessarily use all the parking lots down there, so showing you a map and saying you might be in this lot, I can't tell you that at this time. I'll know a little bit closer to the event where you'll be parked and what lots we'll actually be using. We try to keep people as close as possible. We're not going to put somebody out in the far east lot if we have plenty of space in other areas. So it's just a matter of, as we get closer, we'll have a better idea where everybody's going to be parking.
And you could be parked at one end and be really close to the exhibit hall. You could walk to it, but then how walkable are you to maybe Seminar 7, which is down, so it's just hard to say, what's walkable. But if you ride the tram service, it will put you in the hub. Most of that is walkable.
Right.
But walking from your camper back and forth is different.
Tammy's asking, are there any food events where we need to be prepared to bring food?
Like
Kind of thing.
potlucks.
I don't believe we have anything scheduled like that. Now, some of the chapters may do that type of thing, where they send, where they may have potlucks and things like that. And so if you're coming with a group or things like that, you may talk to them about what kind of things they may be doing in the parking lots. But the general convention part does not include any kind of events like that. Richard asked what the prices for water and dump service would be.
$35. If you have and I don't know all the terminology, a filter on your water and it takes where the water can't be delivered normally, they charge a little more for filling that water.
If it takes because of the length of time they have to hang out at your RV.
But it's about $35 average.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. I do believe we talked about the arrival dates already, but we can go over that again. For many of our volunteers, our parking, our sign set up, we have the greeters come in early, those type of folks. They'll be coming in the Thursday and Friday before the event, that weekend. Before that weekend of the event the next week. So they come in, they start setting all their stuff up, getting prepared for the crowds to come in. Typically on that Sunday before the event, we'll be bringing in our security, our activity carts, our trams, our frustrated maestros will be coming in those days. And then on Monday, the rest of the volunteers will come in. We also have our first timers coming in on Monday. So we probably aren't looking at having a whole lot, if any, Tuesday arrivals. I know some folks will come in on Tuesday, and that's perfectly fine. But I don't know that we're going to be actually handing out or distributing any arrival dates on that Tuesday, the 17th.
There are some caravans coming in 17th, but
yeah,
organized.
And that's fine. Yeah, but we probably, if you're an individual and you're not coming in with a group, more than likely you're going to be coming in one of those earlier days up through that Monday.
That Monday's going to be congested. You have to bring your patience because you just don't know if it's raining, if it's this and that. Somebody's turned sideways and could be holding up traffic. So just be ready that day and you come in with your patience.
Richard asked, will you be running small trams or jump on riding on site during the event? We will have golf carts, 6-passenger golf carts that'll be taking care of our disabled folks and others. It's not, they don't just do that, but they stay kind of closer to the inner part of the grounds. If you're parked a little bit away, we have buses that'll be running through those areas to pick folks up. You would just come out to the street to be prepared to get on the bus. And they run from usually a half an hour before our activities start to a half an hour after the activities are finished for the day. So, depending on what you're up to, whether you're getting up to come over to coffee in the morning, they start about a half an hour before that starts. And then a half an hour after entertainment ends, they're still running to get folks home. Sue's asking about events off-site, excursions, sign off for off-premise. We are not having at this event any tours or anything like that or excursions. Most things are going to be done there. You obviously can head up into Perry. You can go run around yourself. There's not, and I'm not going to say there's nothing to do out around the area, but there's not a whole lot of touristy things to do in and around the Perry area. There's a few things up in Macon that are nice to see. They have some Hall of Fames up there and some different things like that.
Air Force.
The museum in Warner Robins, there is a museum there. It's free. I believe it's free, isn't it?
Yes,
it's free. So for us to put a tour together, you'd be paying to go to something that's free. Just didn't seem to make sense. It's about 20 minutes away at most. So if you would like to go up there, it's an easy drive. And since most folks, I know not everybody, since most folks do have a towable vehicle or a towing vehicle with them, they can make that trip up there if they'd like to. I'm not gonna lie to you. We don't want you to leave. We want you to stay on the grounds. We want you to participate in the different things that are happening there. And that's, whether it's, going to the seminars, whether it's going and visiting our vendors and our exhibitors, that's kind of where we want you during the event.
Lane, Southern Orchards, they would like you to come visit. So they'll have a presence Monday and Tuesday on the grounds. And they're going to come to you, but they also like you to come out there and visit if you have any free time.
And, downtown Perry, where we're going to be having our event on Thursday night, they're open throughout the days, and it's less than a mile away. It's an easy drive up there. There's plenty of parking in the area.
Oh, free T-shirts.
The free T-shirts, Paul, I'm not sure we're going to give you a T-shirt this time. You didn't get one last time, so why do you think you're going to get one this time? No, we will have free T-shirts, but they will not be in the packets. You'll have to come and get them because they are by size. And for us to pack them in there is going to be impossible. And Roger is not going to be happy with us if all those packets include T-shirts. So what they will include is they will have the packets will include coupons to come get your T-shirt, and we'll have those in the info center when you arrive. You come over and grab your T-shirts.
Hi, Roger. It's
Hello,
about
Roger.
time you show up.
Yeah, we're about done here, Roger.
Roger's our chief of parking, so if you have any parking questions, quick, ask him.
Yeah. Where are we at here?
What is the average attendance of this rally?
I don't know what the average attendance would be. We've had as many as 6,000 in Perry. We've had
Good old days.
about 1,500 last year. So that's kind of, we would love to have that again this time. I wouldn't say we're there yet. We're not really even close to 1,500 yet, but we're hoping that over the next couple weeks and months that we start adding more and more folks to the event.
Bring your friends.
Yeah, if you have friends, if you have neighbors, if you have folks that you travel with or would like to be traveling with, invite them, bring them with you. We're happy to have any kind of chapters or groups come as one, and we'll be happy to, pardon me, we'll be happy to welcome them.
I don't know how this is really up and running very well. Signed on, missed answer. Working on Glenda's coach and lost track of time. Oh, okay. Just signed on, missed answer. Not sure what that means.
I'm not sure either. If Tom and Peggy, if you have a question or you have something,
We didn't get it.
yeah, please send that again, and we'll see if we can answer whatever you're looking for there. We do have a website, and right now our website is it's not working the greatest because we're making some changes around through our AMS.
So the question that you guys missed is right here. Will there be any events off-site, kind of like excursions that we can sign up for off the premises? She missed that question.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we do not have any tours or anything outside the grounds. We're not putting anything together. And as I mentioned, we prefer you to stay on site during the event. There are things that you can do, you can do on your own. It looks like they replied to needing food for any participation events. No, we don't do any kind of potlucks. Chapters and other groups may have things like that, but the general convention does not have anything like that you would have to bring food to. There will be a downtown Perry event. It'll be on Thursday night. We'll have more details about that, but it'll be similar to what we did last year. We're having folks come down. We'll have a band at the what's it called?
City building.
City Hall building in the lawn, and we'll have the restaurants will be all open and things like that. And we will have some food trucks this time. Last time we were really short on that.
They didn't believe us.
Yeah.
That we like to participate in things.
So Paul mentioned that there wasn't any information in the email, in the e-blast that he received I know we had it in there, so I'm not sure what happened with that.
The blood drive?
Yeah,
Or-
I'm
No,
pretty
we-
sure. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure we
it
had
was-
some information about that. So, yes,
Yes.
dogs are okay. We have plenty of people bringing dogs. So yeah, you can bring your dog. You can, if it's on a leash, just please pick up after them. Usually we have a dog park. I'm not sure where that's going to be or how we're going to set that up, but that's something that we're going to have to work on as well. And we will have information about that as we get closer to the event in your program and other places.
Perry, grounds do not like dogs in their buildings, so that would be a issue.
Pets are, service
Or pets, I guess I should
service
say.
animals are allowed to go, anywhere. So there's nothing to stop those who have a service pet from bringing them in the buildings. But pets are not permitted in the buildings. That's not an us thing.
Yes.
It's a grounds thing. So if you have your pet, make sure that you do leave them back at the RV when you come in. If you're going to be going into the buildings, we don't really worry about anything outdoor, even in our town center area and those areas. If you have a well-behaved dog, we don't have any problems with that.
Should we talk about, well, these are all the different avenues of finding out information. Information Central, first timers page on the website, which you said is not functioning very well, but it'll be there soon. If you have any questions, email us at convention@frva.com. We'll get right back to you. And then the Facebook group.
Yeah, we do have a Facebook group, and you should have received some information about that. I know we've got a bunch of people on there. We'd love to have you. We're going to be using that a whole lot more to get more information out, and folks can talk back and forth amongst themselves. I do want to ask you that when you do sign up to get on the Facebook, that you do answer the questions, because we can't approve you to get in without the questions being answered. So please do that. If you don't, then you won't be admitted into that. I think Megan does maybe send some information out for you to do that, but it's just a lot easier if you just answer the 3 questions that are there, and we can move you right in. We do have a couple more questions here. People bring food to cover meals on their own in their camper, or eat at the venue, or a combination of that. Yes, combination. You can bring whatever you want to eat in your RV and just stay there for all your meals. We do have concessions that will be available on site. There's restaurants in the area you can go to, so it's kind of just your however you want to do it, whatever you feel more comfortable doing. As far as how your meals go throughout the event. Richard asked, can we use a dog fence at our campsite? You absolutely can. You're going to have a limited amount of space in there, so you need to use it however you feel best. But if you want to put a little dog fence out there for your pet, you can certainly do that. Are you saying there will be food trucks or on convention site? No, food trucks will not be on the convention site. We'll have concession areas at the convention site. The food trucks will be during our Thursday evening event in Perry, Georgia, downtown Perry. That's where the food trucks will be. The grounds, they want to keep their own concessions. So they're not interested in having the food trucks there. And actually, they make it very difficult for the food trucks to come, because the food trucks have to pay them a bunch of money to be there. So the grounds will take care of most of the concessions there on site. And they usually have a pretty good selection of things that are available. And they do have a restaurant there as well on site.
Yes, it's pretty good too.
Yes.
We'll have 3 mornings of coffee and donuts and an ice cream social. That'll be provided to you. What are we at?
The early bird deadline
Deadline.
is the 21st. So what that means, and I don't want anybody to do this, but some people have to cancel. And at that point, there's some changes that happen to the cancellation policy. The pricing goes up. Most of you folks are probably already registered, so that won't affect you. But pricing will go up on the early bird deadline as well. If you have friends who are interested in coming, make sure that they get registered before the 21st. And as I mentioned, what's that?
We mentioned the electric.
What about the electric?
February date.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure the exact date.
well, there's all the information can be found on the cancellation policy, which you should have all received some kind of information about that if you haven't seen it already. So if you have a question about that, please send it to us and we'll be happy to do that.
Yes. Yes, if you come in the night before, like
No,
say.
that's not
what's
what he's
he
asking.
saying?
That's what he's
Boondocking?
asking. If an FRVA member coming in for
I
one
didn't see
night, can they
that.
boondock in the parking lot? We typically don't do that. You're not able to
Covered.
just stay there for one night and then leave. We usually have, if you're going to come and stay with us, there is a registration fee that you're going to have to pay. You can't just stay and pay, pay the entry $10 or whatever. If you're going to stay on site in your RV, you will need to do some registration.
But there are campgrounds in the area if you could stay there and come in on a day pass with us if you like. It's an insurance thing, I'm sure.
Are there, we're kind of at the end of our list of things here to talk about today. We had lots of great questions, so appreciate that. If there's any more questions, we'll be happy to talk some more. We're at an hour now, a little over an hour now, and I know some of the early stuff was garbled or was not heard very well. If there are some questions from earlier or some information from earlier that you would like us to repeat or to answer, we'd be happy to do that. Again, apologize for that. I'm not sure what it was. Deanna wiggled some wires and it seems like it came around. So I'm not really sure where the disconnect was for that earlier. So, but we will also be having, as I mentioned, 2 more of these. The next one will be on January 28th, again at 3 o'clock. We'll go over a lot more details related to what you're going to be receiving in your confirmation email, and how you're going to, get ready for that and how that's going to play out as far as setting yourself up to go. A lot more details probably at that time as well on our entertainment and some of the other things that we'll be doing. The February one is kind of a catch-all for any last-second questions and items that we might not have addressed or might need to address at that time as we get closer. And we start making some decisions on other things that are either will be happening or won't be happening that we want to let folks know.
Will you be sending out another email e-blast 1st of January, like once a month?
Yes, there will be an email.
Information.
There will be an e-blast coming out.
So keep an eye for that.
Probably, I think it's maybe the 6th. Is that Wednesday? Early January, we'll be sending an e-blast out. If you have not, as we've found out from some other folks, if you have not been getting our e-blasts, let us know. And we will check into why, whether it's a bad email address that we have for you, or whether there's a situation where you may have opted out of receiving them, or maybe it's going into your junk folder or whatever. We do want to make sure that as we get closer to the event, we have really good email addresses for folks, so that when we do send out the
big packet,
the confirmation packet,
and all that.
That we're sending it to an email address that you're going to receive and you're going to be able to find pretty easily. Can you get this video on Facebook as well? I believe this goes to YouTube, right? Or is it on Facebook as well?
YouTube and Facebook. Mm-hmm.
I've been told yes, both. So I'm not sure when that will play again. If it's available immediately, or when's it available?
I think it should be available after this. It usually takes a little bit to upload it, but I think it should be immediate.
So it'll get uploaded to both, and then it should be available maybe this evening or tomorrow morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's safe?
Or sooner, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other things that we need to talk about, Barbie, that you can think of?
Every beach party needs a good book. So this is our book club for this in 2026. T.M. Brown is so excited to come and talk about this. This is Savannah-based historical novel. And please, there is a way to sign up. It's kind of nice for me to know. Is that link out there, Megan? I'm not sure. There should be a link, but it's not necessary, really. It just helps me know for attendance. But This is the book. He's very bad. And that's Saturday at 1:00. He will be here to sign them and talk about it, and he can't wait. So get your good read.
Yep. Randy asked, heard you have an app while there. Can you get some high level details? Yes, we do have an event app. It's through a company called Cvent, which will basically be the program in your phone. We've used it for several years. It started out great. For a couple of years, it wasn't so great. And now they've kind of gotten back to great again. So it will provide you all the information that you need during the event. We send out notifications on it. We update it on a regular basis. So if a seminar goes away or we add a seminar, you'll see that on your app. We also do some text service. We have in the past done some text service notifications, and so the app itself is really a great thing to have for those who want to keep all their scheduling on their phone. It works really good. So
I can see it. Yeah.
what's that? The old one?
Icon,
Yeah, for those who have done it in the past, they know how well it can work. We had some trouble for a while getting folks on the app. Once they were on the app, it worked really well. It was a matter of getting them signed up for the app. But those issues have seemed to be resolved the last event. So going forward, it should be very seamless to take care of it. So
tech service.
There will be some service. We did not really get into that, but there will be service groups there to take care of some of the things that may need to be done, some repairs, some things like that. A number of the companies that we have as vendors provide service as well, and we'll have more details out about that as we get closer. We're still 90 days away or so from the event, so a lot of that stuff will be discussed as we get closer. There will be folks there who are watching, I believe. We typically do. I'm not sure what company we have signed up at this point, but we usually have some washing companies there.
Jordan may pop on there if she heard those. We'll see.
Yeah.
I knew there was a tech service. I knew they called in.
Yeah, we will have some. Well,
thanks. FMC app
Yep.
combined or turned into an FRVA app.
Say it again.
The FRVA app is not up, right?
No, the FMCA app we've taken down, and that will not be coming back around for a little bit. The app we use at the convention is different. This is convention specific. The FRVA or FMCA app, FRVA app is something that we did here. With our new AMS conversion, we've taken that down until we can have a chance to kind of rebuild that around our new AMS system. So it will be coming back at some point, but I can't tell you when. It may not be for quite a while. We have a lot of other things to work on first, starting with our website, which needs some updating and some recreation.
Thank you, Megan. She put the book club app up or link up for you to use.
And Jordan just sent some information. Yep. You can find all of our exhibitors at the FRVA.com website right now. You can go into the events section and the changes in latitudes thing and go find out that information.
Good job, Deanna. There's the link to that. All right. Anybody else? Looks like we
as mentioned, we'll be having 2 more of these, so we can answer additional questions at that time. Or you can send us an email, convention@frva.com, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have about anything concerning the convention, the event. We feel both. We started doing this actually quite a few years ago now. Just because there was a need for this. There were people who were coming to the events, and for the first 2 days, they were kind of lost. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know where to go. They didn't know what to do. And we saw that happening, and we decided to start doing these. And we found that folks are more receptive to this kind of thing than reading a reading a bunch of papers. So we hope that you guys got a lot of information from this, and like I said, we'll have more at the next two as we get closer to the event. So hope you all have a terrific weekend. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all of you. Be safe if you're out there traveling. We just had some bad weather come through Cincinnati last weekend. And I know there's other parts of the country that are experiencing it as well. But, enjoy the holidays, and we look forward to seeing you all in about a month from now, January the 28th. So take care, and if there's anything we can do for you, please send us an email, give us a call. So y'all take care. Have a great one.
So long.